Logical override. Yo, what's up? It's someone that's someone, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report was sent in by Lemuel M. When this happened, May 5th, 2020, around 6 p.m. The drugs used: diphenhydramine, MDMA, cannabis, and tobacco, at a dose of 700 milligrams DPH, 150 milligrams MDMA, and 2 grams of cannabis. The route of administration: orally and smoked. Gender: male. Weight: 135 pounds. Age: 16. Height: 5'10". For his prior experience: LSD 1 year, DXM 3 years, cannabis 6 years, alcohol 2 years, DPH 2 years, and MDMA 1 year. And the setting: youth group home, inside his bedroom mostly, but also the game room. Alright, so welcome to another delirious report. This one being of a combo I'm surprised to see again, and that is the mixing of DPH with MDMA. We covered a report earlier this year, I believe, called nightmare flipping. Now I get why someone may want to do this combination. Deliriums often come with dysphoria, and MDMA shows to provide euphoria more consistently within like a candy flip, for example. So maybe together, the MDMA could make the DPH less dysphoric and overall more favorable. But what we saw in the report, nightmare flipping, instead the user was met with a heavy physical burden, and that's because this combination is most likely deadly. Main reason being, the two have a strong impact on the heart, and together it can be a whole mess for it to work through. On top of this, it's likely the dehydration isn't of any help, plus any muscle tensions or spasms. It's most likely just going to be too stressful and too much of a risk on the body. But I will say that this report does turn out a bit different. There are some moments of dysphoria, but the MDMA did help make it not as scary, whilst still providing many delusions. And I'm sure the smoking just intensified this. This is a strong trip, a risky one, but no negative physical burden was noted. But I'm sure you'll enjoy this, so without further ado, let's dive right into this. I know a lot of people will say, if you have weed, why use DPH? It's simple. Just as DXM and LSD can give people more spiritual and introspective trips, DPH allows you to gain a more broad perspective. And to help counter the dysphoric feeling, I used MDMA and cannabis. The MDMA helps counter the dysphoria, and the cannabis helps potentiate the DPH and also helps provide a calming effect. 8 p.m. Took 150 milligrams MDMA and 700 milligrams DPH. The MDMA was in the form of a capsule, and the DPH was in the form of Benadryl 25 milligram capsules. 8:05 p.m. After taking the MDMA and DPH, I went outside and smoked a small 1 gram joint, followed by a Black & Mild filter tip. I plan to smoke another joint during the come-up. 8:15 p.m. Came back inside and worked on various coding projects on my laptop while waiting for the come-up. 8:40 p.m. Started noticing effects of the MDMA. 9 p.m. During the last hour, I consumed 5 glasses of water to help reduce hangover effects the next day. At this time, I started noticing more contrasting colors and more pronounced sounds. 9:10 p.m. Come-up starts. No nausea so far. Legs feel like 1,000 pounds. 9:45 p.m. Come-up complete. I went back outside, walking quite awkwardly, and smoked another 1 gram joint. Began noticing small moving objects around darker corners. After the joint, I smoked a cigarette. 10 p.m. Went back inside and got some milk and waffles to help with the extreme cotton mouth. Couldn't taste any of the food, but at least my mouth wasn't dry. At this point, I began hearing small auditory hallucinations, but still able to tell from reality. 10:15 p.m. Feeling butterflies in my stomach, probably from the MDMA. I washed dishes and put up my laptop. My short-term memory is fucked at this point. I begin seeing people appearing in front of me, then quickly vanishing. I went up to my room and watched trippy videos on YouTube. 10:45 p.m. No nausea so far, just horrible cotton mouth and difficulty holding urine for more than 30 minutes. I am beginning to see random people walking in and out of my room. The hallucinations are very complex, and I'm hearing actual voices having nonsensical conversations in the background. 11 p.m. It is impossible to tell reality from hallucinations. I am mostly slipping in and out of consciousness. I remember talking to my closet door, 100% convinced it was trying to hide my aliens from the fire department. I finally realized I was tripping, and I went to fight the door, and my hand struck wood. No nausea, but massive body load and con mouth. 11:30 p.m. I decide that trying to watch a movie is pointless, and decide to lay down and listen to music. I listen to mainly Pink Floyd and Sidewalks and Skeletons. Very vivid closed-eye visuals, as well as auditory hallucinations. Estimate 12:30 a.m. I must have fallen asleep somewhere around this time. I had set an alarm, so in case I did fall asleep, I would wake up near peaking time. 1:30 a.m. Alarm goes off, very disturbing. The second I wake up, I am plunged into complete dysphoria. I am in a complete state of confusion and paranoia. It takes me 10 minutes to even realize that I am awake. I then begin to think that it is 1:30 p.m. instead of a.m. I got up and went to the bathroom and saw it was dark. At this point, I think I missed out on the end of the world. I even looked up, has World War III started? After spending around 20 minutes in the bathroom, worried about world affairs, I decide to go get a snack. 2 a.m. I go downstairs to the kitchen to get a snack. Somewhere along the way there, I got mixed up because I found myself in the garage. After some more confusing time in the garage, talking to hallucinations, I finally went to the kitchen. 2:20 a.m. I am now back in my room. I then realized I hadn't got a snack yet, so I go back downstairs to get some food. 2:30 a.m. I eat 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and go back to my room. Keep in mind that the whole time, I am continually having visual and auditory hallucinations. These hallucinations are not scary, but make no sense whatsoever. One of them was my sister telling me that I needed to eat a raw egg to prevent the Cold War. 2:45 a.m. I am finally back in my room. I am beginning to come down now. I watch TikToks. 3:45 a.m. Come down is complete. I feel exhausted and fall asleep until 9 a.m. when I get up. Comments. The trip was by far the best I have experienced. The hallucinations were very real, but not scary because of the MDMA. Drinking a lot of water before a DPH trip will help prevent hangovers, and I recommend nicotine during the trip. Final review, 5 out of 5 stars. I recommend highly. Have a great day. Happy tripping. Smiley face.